What's good everyone, it's your boy yadiiiigg, 4 eyes, 2 J's here, and today we're here to talk about a few artists in regard to their situations where we saw them respond publicly to leaked music. Now, this is pretty straightforward, I just want to get into it, let's go.
Oh my god, bitch, I don't give a fuck, you know I'm rich. I don't give a fuck, I'll make this quick. I'ma step back and hit a switch. Hey, oh my god, bitch, I don't give a fuck, you know I'm rich. Shawty gotta lay my do it better. I'ma go stack up on all this cheddar. Whoa, that pussy shine and glitter. I'ma go count up on all of these figures. I'ma go eat it for lunch and then dinner.
And first of all guys, before we get into this video, at yadiiiigg, if you don't follow your boy on Instagram, you guys know what to do. I just previewed some new merch that I'm dropping like really soon. Shout out Zara, shout out Alex. As I said, at yadiiiigg, make sure to go follow your boy, show me some love. But let's get to this video. Okay, I've covered a few of these artists and topics before, but I kind of wanted to retouch on them because I think it's super interesting what we're seeing happen right now. Because leaking culture, for as big as it is right now, isn't exactly new. For example, we got A$AP Rocky's debut album Long Live A$AP a month before it released, and then also we saw Travis Scott's Rodeo album leak early as well. Now during these days, it was never this huge public Instagram things where we kind of know a little bit more about the leaking culture. Back then, it was more just assumed that someone got their hands on the CDs early or the files leaked online and then they just kind of came out. Whereas nowadays, with how prolific the leaking culture has become, we're seeing artists directly go at leakers. And first of all, I want to begin with Lil Uzi Vert. Now, I've never covered this situation from Lil Uzi Vert on this channel before, and I think this is one of the funniest cases we've ever seen. So back in April of 2016, as you can see right here, Lil Uzi Vert confronts hacker who leaked his music. Now, I want to read the caption to his original IG post about this. Quote, "Everybody, this is a lil nerd hiding hacker. I found him, sold a leak to somebody in my city. He said, I hacked your Instagram cause you ain't answer me when I tried to contact you on some super fan shit. I mean, thank you. Damn, at least Uzi's being nice, but no thanks. Went through his phone, had my shit and a lot of others rappers info. This shit was crazy. Oh yeah, and he ratted on the rest of y'all. I'm coming." Now, if you guys don't remember, this resulted in two of the funniest Lil Uzi Vert videos I've possibly ever seen in my life. I want to play them back to back right now. Enjoy.
Like I should be slapping this shit out your frail ass. Stand up. Skinny ass, bitch ass nigga, sit down. Fuck is wrong with you? Fucking hacking on my shit, motherfucking leaking my music. Nigga, that's my goddamn job. Goddamn fucking up relationship with goddamn other motherfuckers that I fuck with, old bitch ass nigga. I should be fucking this nigga up. You know, I know this nigga. Like, I know him, like this nigga hit me up talking about, I know niggas that got your shit, that's hacking your shit, I'm gonna get it back.
And as you can see right there, Lil Uzi Vert sunned him, and Spur Dark, who is the name of the leaker in this case, and this guy right here, has become somewhat of like a myth in the leaking culture because of this, and he's got widespread publications on different news media outlets as a result. And this is probably the first case, because as I said, this happened back in 2016, that I can remember at least, where we kind of saw the artists directly collide with the leaking culture, if you will. And it was kind of like a funny one. This went like super viral back in the time, if you remember this era. Now, also another case where we saw with Lil Uzi was a Forza situation, which I've discussed at length in another video, so I'm just going to briefly touch on this. But Forza was a producer part of the Working on Dying team who was working with Lil Uzi Vert a lot during the Eternal Atake era. Now, Forza, before working with Lil Uzi, as you can see, worked with people like Blade, Maddox, so getting the chance to work with Lil Uzi, especially during the Eternal Atake era where he was huge, was a big opportunity. With him working on songs like Of Course, one of my personal favorite leaks, Watch This, and there are numerous other tracks he has worked on. Now, what eventually came out is, if you guys remember, during this Eternal Atake era, there was so many GOAT tier leaks. Of course, as I said, Run It Up, Zoom, etc, to the point where everyone was wondering where they were coming from. But then we saw this tweet from Lil Uzi Vert right here, where he basically outed Forza as the one who was at least leaking some of his music. I'm gonna read this again. "Forza lucky ain't fuck him up, bitch ass people. Like ain't know he was stealing and selling music. We should have stomped you out, but just kicked you out of your suite. Bitch, sleep outside. If you don't know this, who was leaking music and selling, I know you called a shit ho." And then after this, we really saw Forza basically get etched out of the industry entirely. We didn't see him work with Uzi ever again, and then also the production team he was a part of, Working on Dying, who worked with Uzi a lot on Eternal Atake, their manager Finesse came out and said this, where basically said, hey, we fucked up, we've taken care of the situation, Forza is no longer part of the operation. And as I said, this completely ruined his career. Now, the next person I want to touch on is Playboi Playboi Carit. Now, some of you guys might not remember this Instagram story because this was a while ago now, but as you can see right here, this was him kind of responding to the leaks in a sense where he says, hacked, I haven't released anything, I hate leaks. Now, as I said, this was a while ago now, and this was when we were getting a lot of the older leaks surface. But with Cardi's situation, again, as I've covered on the channel before, we saw this get alleged that Jetson Made, who was a producer of At Me, get accused of leaking Playboi Carti's music and trying to sell it for Bitcoin. Now, it is important to say that not only has Jetson vehemently denied these allegations, but also his manager, who you can see on screen right now, came out and said the exact same thing and said it's all cap, it's not true, etc, etc. Plus, in addition to this, we've seen Jetson still stay in the industry. He's still been working with people like Jack Harlow, Smoke Perp, etc, etc. So if I was to guess, there is more to this story than we know, and it's probably not true, because if it was, I feel like he would have just kind of got pushed out of the industry like what happened to Forza. But again, that's kind of like a big debate within the community, whether it's true, whether it's not. Again, I'm not taking one side specifically, and at this point in time, considering the fact that he's still working inside the industry and his manager came out and denied these claims so heavy, I really don't know what to believe, and I definitely wouldn't be surprised if these allegations weren't true at all, and as I said, there was more to this story than we know. Now, the last case I want to touch on is actually the most recent case we've seen, which involves Trippie Red, and this case right here, Bull and Trippie 2.0. Now, what's important to establish is that this page right here was like a go-to source for exclusive information in regards to Trippie, exclusive snippets, etc, etc. As you can see right here, Trippie can be seen actually interacting with him. At this time, it was unbeknownst to him that he would be the one who was ended up kind of leaking and being involved in that culture in regards to Trippie's music. You can see commenting right here, and he's also kind of shared him on his Instagram story before. As you can see, follow this fan page, and gonna post an exclusive snippet soon from me. And honestly, this isn't a surprise from Trippie. Trippie shows love to a lot of the fan pages, and he really interacts with his fans. But in this case, it was kind of unfortunate to see it kind of go a certain way. Now, there are a lot of alleged stories in regards to what happened with Bully Trippie and the story behind it. I can't confirm any of those stories, so I don't really want to report on that. But one thing we do know for sure is that he definitely was leaking or trying to leak or trying to sell Trippie's music. As you can see right here, these DMs got leaked where he was hitting up someone saying, do you want to try and sell some songs? He'll even pay them. And then also there was this one here where someone came out and said that he got 3 exclusive snippets from him himself. And then as a result of this, what we saw just came out recently was someone hit up Trippie and then said basically, hey, this guy's got songs, he's trying to promote them, he's trying to sell them, etc, etc. Now, as a result of this, we saw Chris King, who should be a no stranger to any Trippie fan. He's worked with Trippie multiple times. As you can see, he was on Love Scars 2 right here, and he's someone who's been very close to Trippie basically since the very beginning. Now, Chris King came out and put this on his Instagram story, basically outlawing Bull and Trippie altogether.
You buying leaks, you're not gang, you aren't fan, none of that shit. So peep game, no. Bull and Trippie, X the fuck out. It's over with. Do not fuck with this little account right here.
And as a result of this, unsurprisingly, Bullin got so much hate within the community to the point where he basically had to delete his Instagram. And we also saw Trippie's kind of private video get leaked online where he was kind of addressing this situation.
But don't fuck up me feeding my mom and my nephews that don't have a dad. Hint, the niggas tatted on my face, their dad. Don't do that, bro. I got people I gotta feed, bro. Don't give away my music, bro.
And as you can see right there, Trippie was kind of pretty heartfelt in that situation and was kind of speaking pretty honestly about the whole case, where he was just trying to show love to fans, and in the end it only came out to hurt him. So yeah, those are kind of like 3 cases I just found super interesting. Again, I've covered these stories before and I didn't go super in depth, but as I said, it's super interesting because in the past we kind of didn't have a face or a name to many of these leakers. They didn't have these huge Instagram pages where all these snippets and stuff were being posted, but with how prolific the leaking community has become, I just wonder what the labels are doing behind the scenes. Surely there has to be some sort of congregation between the labels where they're trying to take down Instagrams or take down people's accounts or really get to the source of this, because it's only getting worse. It's only going to affect artists more and more, and at the end of the day, it's just going to get easier and easier, I feel like, for this music to spread and get in the hands of fans. But until then, I think we're just going to see it grow and grow day by day. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. As I said, this is something I find super interesting. Admittedly, I don't know too much about the leaking culture. I probably know as much as the average viewer watching this. But yeah, it's definitely something that is interesting, and I just wonder what the labels are doing behind the scenes, to be honest. And before we finish this video, guys, I want to give a couple of quick shout outs from the Instagram as well. At yadiiiigg, if you guys don't already follow your boy on IG, you guys guys already know what's going on. Big shout out to Sean_Spammers and also They Love Zitty for following me over on my IG. Much appreciated, you two. If you guys don't follow boy at yadiiiigg, as I said, also make sure to like, subscribe, turn on notifications, all that good YouTube stuff. You guys know what to do. And there are more videos of mine on screen right now. Make sure to check them out if you haven't. Also, for the real ones who stayed all the way to the end, if everything goes to plan, I will be dropping my merch pieces today, roughly around 6:30 to 8 p.m. New York time today. So if you don't already, head over to my IG, drop it a follow to know when I drop them. But yeah, thought I'd let the real ones know. Thanks a lot for watching all the way to the end.